and as our backyard began to fill up, the talk and laughter grew louder and louder. A lot of us kids climbed through the wire strands of the back fence to play games on the strip of grass that ran along behind the houses in our street, except for some of the little girls who stayed in the backyard to play with my sister, Gina. When most of Dad's soccer team arrived, the noise got even louder. The season wasn't due to start for another 2 weeks, so a long afternoon and a late night wasn't going to affect a weekend game. As cooking smells from the barbecue began to drift across to where we played in the back, the team sang Dad a funny and rude birthday song. Even Nan laughed. And then someone else arrived. I couldn't remember Aunt Renee, but at first I wanted to like her. She was so unlike Mom. A different shape and size, with a louder way of speaking. She dressed differently from Mom, too, in a leather jacket, jeans, and black buckled boots. The man she had brought with her was dressed much the same. I didn't take a lot of notice of Bon, because I was more interested in my aunt's jacket and the tattoo I could see peeking out from under her sleeve. Mom and Nan walked over to say hello and give my aunt a kiss, but Mom's voice sounded a bit awkward as she made some introductions to the people nearest. "Oh, we were just traveling through," my aunt said. "If we'd known there was a birthday happening, we would have brought something." "Good to see you again, Renee," my Nan said, not sounding as though she meant it. "It's been a while." Already I had seen her lean over to kiss Bon, and now she held him close, hugging him so that, for a few moments at least, he was unable to move. "God, this one's grown," my aunt remarked, pointing at me. "Kieran, isn't it? Last time I saw him, he was just about still in diapers." "Bon's grown up a lot, too," Mom answered. "It's been far too long since we've seen you both." But my aunt was already busy showering attention on Gina and saying how pretty she looked. I knew it was the first time she had ever seen my little sister. I had heard Aunt Renee talked about, mostly when adults thought I hadn't been listening. She was my mom's older sister, quite a bit older, and I remembered that some of the Christmas cards Mom had mailed her had come back with a return to sender stamp on them. My aunt seemed to move a lot. I asked Mom quietly if the man my aunt had brought along to Dad's birthday was my uncle. "No, definitely not," she told me. Nan had a photo of Bon, just the one. It was a baby photo, kept on her fridge door, in a colorful magnetic frame. I'd often looked at that photo and wondered about the cousin I didn't know. Bon hadn't followed us kids back out to the grassy strip after we'd come in to raid the food. He poked around our backyard and seemed a bit lost at first, but then went and stood with Gina and her little friends. When I saw him next, he was over at the food table, busily eating handfuls of chips, crackers, and dips. He spent quite a bit of time doing this, and I wondered if he was being greedy or was just really hungry. Then I heard my aunt's voice. "Are you listening to me?" It was unexpectedly loud and angry, and I looked over in time to see her with one hand clenched around Bon's face, her fingers pressed tightly into his cheek so that his mouth opened a little. Aunt Renee looked furious. "I told you to behave," she said through clenched teeth. All our guests stopped talking for a moment, and some of them looked a bit shocked. But Bon looked away from his mother, as though nothing had happened. I expected him to rub his sore face or even to cry. Instead, he gazed into space as his shoulders and arms flopped around a little before his mother let go of him. He said nothing. Nan walked over and did say something, but my aunt replied, "No, don't tell me what to do. He's my kid." Nan looked anxiously at Bon, then reached over and ran her hand gently across his shoulder. My aunt glared. Gradually, uncomfortably, people began to talk again, until the party found its noise and laughter once more. When I looked next, I could see Bon walking through the back door and into our house, not knowing at that moment he had been on his way to my bedroom and my toys. "We're brothers, we are." "He said that weird thing, too," I reminded Mom. "He's probably quite lonely," she replied. "And quite likely he was excited about finally meeting his cousins." Mom paused. "Thank you for letting him play with some of your things."